On today's Minute of the Apes, Zoom will not control how much we talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Take your sticking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Because of the divine bomb.
Whether I'm a good human or a dead human! There is fire, there is smoke.
The minute of the apes. 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 Yay!
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. This is Wednesday.
Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday, and I've got Richard and Sean. How
It's
are we on
comic
this
book day.
beautiful Wednesday?
It's new comic book day. It's always
Yeah.
the best day of the week.
It smells like fresh print.
Is there
Well,
ever
I
a new,
wouldn't know. I can't smell.
is there ever a new comic books day where you two are not excited?
Well, like that, like the fifth Wednesday of a month where nothing comes out.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about not being excited about releases. I mean,
Yeah.
there are Wednesdays where I'm stressed, where I'm behind on everything. I'm
Right.
like, I don't want anybody to walk in right now. Everybody, you got to stay outside till 11:30. I know our hours say 11, but I just need 30 more minutes to
Please.
get this shit together.
Yeah, last week everybody showed up at the same time. It felt like
They did,
Yeah.
and we had stuff late, so I was rushing around trying to get everything done. I don't know if you saw stacks. I was still putting stuff in people's boxes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want the stress of that. You know, everybody's job has stress. I don't want to have to do that because I'd be like, go away, stop.
It's a lot of people coming at you all at once.
I can imagine.
And you have to try and be, nice.
And there's so much joy that goes into
Because the guy that helped is awesome.
Ah,
the guy that helped. You are right, but there's so much joy I would think that goes into your job because people look to you to give them that entertainment, that thing that pushes them beyond. You are that guy that helps them.
I mean, Sean needs to show up at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Wednesday because when he comes in at 11:15 on a Wednesday, I'm like, here's your books. Everybody that comes in between like 11 and 12:15 while I'm still trying to get stuff done just gets like, hey, here you go.
yes.
See you later. Bye.
Text me. I'll look at it later.
I've not experienced that side of Richard. That would be the scary guy that kind of barked at me instead of the one that helped me.
Well, I have to rely upon the staff during that hour when I'm trying to get everything kind of together for the store to open on Wednesday. But yeah, by the time we get to like 12:30, I'm a little more relaxed. Hey, what's going on? How's your day? Here's some comic books.
Well, I can only imagine. And what is that?
Captain Marvel.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And somebody asked me if the hat was Wonder Woman the other day. I was like, what? No.
Hey, look. At least they got the gender correct.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Once again, I have to have you guys hold my hand when it comes to Marvel. I'm like, is that Captain Marvel? And I wasn't entirely sure, and I didn't want to come off and then have Sean go, that's not Captain Marvel.
Seriously.
I'm going to explain to you.
Which Captain Marvel are you talking about? Are you talking about Monica Rambeau? Are you talking about Cara Danvers?
For our listening audience, I'm wearing a Captain Marvel cap today.
I love it when you go into Radio Richard for our listening audience. All right, here we go. We are at minute 43. Sean, tell us what's going on.
All right, we start minute 43 with Virgil.
Moment of the Apes.
All right.
Okay, go.
We're going to start minute 43 with Virgil having a good laugh at Aldo's expense and ends with the threat of mutant attack on the horizon.
All right, here comes minute 43. Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Cornelius! Cornelius, are you all right?
No, Mother. I'm just dead.
Dead.
We were playing war.
War? Cornelius, hasn't your father explained to you that war is not a game?
Yes, Mother.
And hasn't he also forbidden you to play with guns?
Yes, Mother.
Then you'll stop it.
Yes, Mother.
Now come along. Father wants us.
As minute 43 of a village worth of apes and humans plus a ghost city's worth of radioactive people.
It may take me about 6 weeks of doing this again for the 2-1 cue to Sean to not make me feel jubilant when he actually takes my cue. So beautiful. I'm giddy. This is awesome.
Let's start at the very, very, very top, the very last
Okay.
few seconds of the last
Okay.
one, if we can start there. Why did they put those weird chimp noises in?
Because I think they're supposed to be laughing.
They are supposed to be laughing.
But
In the
what?
script, it has them at the. Let's see, what's the comment? When he says, when Caesar says, when Caesar says,
Aldo won't be.
explain, you wouldn't understand.
Why is that funny?
What is Virgil? I mean, again, if we had seen the 3-day journey back part of it, where Virgil and Caesar are talking about what they've learned in the radioactive city, it would make more sense. But Virgil's having a laugh at Aldo's expense, but we don't know what Caesar's plans are for the future.
Aldo may very well soon be in the past. McDonald goes, smothers a smile, and Virgil laughs out loud. The trio walk towards the Ape City like they've just but we didn't get kind of that little moment. But if you notice, they're all kind of smirking as they walk away from this moment.
McDonald especially really has a big smile.
And they had to ADR in like weird chimp.
Yeah.
laugh. And they're unusual. Like they don't really fit here. I've never heard them laugh like that before. Like that's not a laughter to me.
And again, I don't know that I think it's funny, and I don't think it's appropriate because once again, it just furthers that condescension towards.
Right.
And if anything, now if you're trying to give that condescension because we want to anger Aldo, okay, fine. That may work in the end. We may look at this and think, okay, he was being a jerk to him, and that may pay off. But it's just really, I thought the same thing. I was like, why are we chimping?
I mean, putting on my ape psychologist badge on just for a second,
is
my
that-
hat on.
if you
yes.
turn that backwards, is your ape
exactly.
okay.
You know,
Eugene Goodall on that?
I can now understand why Aldo has some issues and why he
I
might
can
have
too.
aggression towards Caesar.
'Cause people are
if
just-
this is how they treat him. Yeah. He's he's the bully, but he's the original bullied, and
Maybe-
that's why he's acting out this
Maybe
way.
he's got some ape dyslexia, and that's why he has problems in school, and he just needs a teacher to sit down and spend some extra time with him. And
I just want to give him a hug.
we need a Michelle Pfeiffer character to come in and teach these apes what's going on. You
You
know?
always need a Michelle Pfeiffer.
There you go.
Let's just be very honest.
She could be in every movie, and I'd be fine with it.
Yes, that is one lovely lady that I will never ever get mad
Are we
about.
happy to see her in Ant-Man?
Oh
too?
yeah. And plus, she's a damn good actress. Abby, not too long ago, was like, have you ever seen this movie, Fabulous Baker Boys? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, first off, it's, let's ask Abby. Think about that. Is it a movie about musicians? So, yes.
Have you ever seen this movie, Grease 2?
Well, and so then I explained to her, I'm like, yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer's a great actress, and she's damn hot in that movie. But then she's like, who's Michelle Pfeiffer again? And I think Shelley was the one that said Grease 2, and she went, oh, go Rider.
Have you seen this movie called Batman Returns?
Hey, you know what? She's never seen any of the original Tim Burtons.
Oh.
She tried to watch the first one, and she was like, this is kind of boring. And I said, I admit, it's the pacing of it's very, Anyway, I digress to my kids.
Very Tim Burton,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
There's a lot of repetition of dialogue in this minute in there.
Well-
war, dead, yes, mother, yes, mother,
Well,
yes, mother,
so
yes, mother.
moving on to those moments with Cornelius, it comes again. Why the fuck can they not put an establishing shot between moments? Because it literally feels like the worst constructed TV show of all time. Okay, I just watched the Friends reunion with my wife. Not the biggest fan in the whole world. However, I watched it, and what I loved in that show is they put in the bumper music from the show, when they would often show the outside of the building where they lived, which I think even Harley Quinn, kind of the animated version, apes on that Friends mentality of having these cool little music stings. You do that so everybody feels a transitional moment. Jesus effing.
Well, yeah.
God, they could put one in here.
Well, okay, so to let you know, after the Chiro walks down towards Ape City, we're then supposed to get what we get at the end of this moment, which is a captain and two
and
Tennille.
two captain and two lieutenant mutants moving in.
Okay.
Right after Aldo kind of after the whole conversation, we see them moving, and we now know that they're being followed. This moment with Cornelius and the young boy and Lisa was actually supposed to take place after the classroom scene earlier in the film.
Okay.
So one of the reasons you may not have that transition is because they cut this moment from earlier and brought it to here, and I think it's more appropriate here.
Yeah.
But that may be why they don't have anything.
But that would
established
also
there.
explain the dialogue where Lisa says, "Come along, Father wants us," because from our point of view, we've seen Cornelius be ambushed, and then ha ha ha, we're having a little fun moment at Aldo, and all of a sudden Lisa is saying, "Hey, your dad's home," and we haven't got any establishing. We've already missed the 3 days travel from the dead city, and now he's already back home. We haven't seen.
Well,
him meet
that's why she
Lisa.
doesn't say he's back home.
Yeah.
She says your father wants us.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't say your father's back home or anything like that, because it wasn't here. This wasn't this particular moment. But
that's what I'm saying. It works better in the putting it earlier in the movie because he's already with them, not having come back. From the
another
city.
interesting point is that this whole scene with the thing is when she first asks what he's doing. Cornelius replies, "We're playing war," but he actually had one line before that where he goes, "We're playing guerrillas," and she goes, "What? We're playing war." And then she can.
Because you would say because the guerrillas are more aggressive, so we're pretending we're the military.
Right, I would have liked the guerrillas line actually to be.
I would have
just to
too.
kind
Yeah,
of draw back the conflict between them all.
The whole thing with Cornelius, and it's funny you stumble on it too. I think it's appropriate to have these names, Cornelius and Caesar, but Jesus, it's kind of hard when you start trying to put them together in this movie when they've been separate characters. And I constantly am stepping on the names wrong, but when Cornelius makes his comment about, "No, Mom, I'm dead," I was like, no kid says that. It would be more like, "Mom, I'm playing dead." You know, that they should have.
I can't talk.
Yeah, they should have
Dead
written
people
more
don't
like a
talk.
kid, so it would come off childlike.
Instead of just, "Mom, I'm playing dead."
Right.
Can't you see that? I mean, first of all, can't you see me playing and falling over? What do you think? I had a stroke or a heart attack? Am I that fragile?
Well, Lisa is kind of simple.
Well, she was the last one that learned how to speak. Yeah.
She's very pretty, but she's a little simple. But I kind of thought the same thing as far as when she runs out.
Well, runs out. She slowly comes down the stairs. Yeah.
She's simple. She doesn't know how to run yet. But when she goes out there, I thought, there are countless times with my kid that things happened that I was able to easily surmise
What happened? Yeah.
that they're playing, that they're being stupid and silly. Right. And instead of saying that, what I would do, I'd go out and go, "Dude, you got to be quiet. You're going to, that's the conversation." But I know what they want to talk about is they want a few things. We want to establish that Cornelius has been taught not to play with guns, not to play war. And I like that idea. But I kind of think that, in all these things and even in coming minutes, that there needs to be more of it. That there needs to be a thrust. And, we need to hear what Caesar has learned and why that happens.
I mean, again, they could have set this all up if they had put more logic into this. They could have said back to when Mandemus was giving them weapons, Caesar doesn't take a gun because he doesn't believe in violence. That's why he used the fire hose instead of shooting at people. And that's why she can chastise him, say, "Has your father not taught you we don't use weapons? Only guerrillas use weapons," or something like that. To use the guerrilla line in there.
Yeah, and they could be looking down on guerrillas, and that could be something they have to resolve by the end of it,
and
too.
so, they could have set all this up, but instead it's just, "I'm playing war and I'm dead."
It's very obvious. Your message is right. You want to teach a kid this. You want your story to be about this, but the handling of how they did it is just
very sloppy.
Slap it on. Here we come. Let's be a parent. So then we get. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to cut off. Go ahead.
I was about to say, and then we get nobody will see the three of us sneaking down this side of the hill that everybody can look up and see us and mutants coming down.
So I feel like the end of the minute we have what appears to be like some type of possibly vegetable stand or preparation. We see a human kind of walking away, and then behind the human we actually see the captain and the two lieutenants kind of coming down this hill. We can talk about this tomorrow, but I feel like tomorrow's moments kind of reset those three people back in a different location.
I've got a ton of notes about how it feels like they maybe shot some kind of sequence, but they've edited it.
They've changed it,
differently.
And so, and again, by having to reinsert or insert the scene of Cornelius and Lisa, they're having to now create this establishing moment that we're going into the next minute by inserting the scene of them closer to the city than they actually are.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of an editor jumble. Like, it's just a little bit of a
Did you say editor jambalaya?
Jumble.
Oh, I thought you said